Hello and welcome to Let's Play Seas of Blood by Andrew Chapman. This is book number 16 in the Fighting Fantasy series. Here's the front cover. Okay, Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone present Seas of Blood. A thrilling piratical adventure in which you are the hero. Okay, synopsis. Part story, part game. This is a book in which you become the hero. The city of Tak, at the northern end of the inland sea, is the greatest den of thieves, pirates and cutthroats that the civilized world has ever seen. In the city of Scum, there are two pirates infamous for their ruthless greed, their daring raids and their countless skirmishes with death. One of these villains is Abdul the Butcher. The other is you. Only one of you can be king of the pirates. A wager is laid, a race is on, but which of you will win? 2 dice, a pencil and an eraser are all you need for this rip-roaring adventure. You decide which course to sail, which dangers to risk and which monsters to fight. Fighting Fantasy Books, a worldwide sensation. Cover illustration by Rodney Matthews. Okay, Puffin Books, Seas of Blood. The city of Tak at the northern end of the inland sea is the greatest den of thieves, pirates and cutthroats that the civilized world has ever seen. In the city of Scum, there are two pirates infamous for their ruthless greed, their daring raids and their countless skirmishes with death. One of these is one Abdul the Butcher, the other is you. Only one of you can be king of the pirates, but which will it be? A wager is made that the first to reach the distant Isle of Nippur with the greatest amount of gold wins the crown. But beware! These are treacherous seas and many dangers await you. Powerful adversaries are ranged against you, and at times your only choice is to kill or be killed. 2 dice, a pencil and an eraser are all you need to embark on this thrilling piratical adventure, complete with its elaborate combat system and the score sheet on which to record your gains and losses. Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone present Seas of Blood by Andrew Chapman and illustrated by Bob Harvey, Puffin Books. Okay, so we've done all those books, haven't we? So now we're doing number 16, Seas of Blood. Okay, thanks to Carl, Keith and Ron. Okay, contents. Okay, introduction. You are the captain of the pirate vessel Banshee. Together with your band of seasoned cutthroats, you must scourge the lands of the inland sea, searching for gold and slaves in a race against your greatest rival, Abdul the Butcher. The two of you have cut a swath of infamy across the civilized world and are recognized as the two greatest pirate captains in existence. Now, however, you must contest to discover who is the greatest. But before you can begin your journey, you must determine the strengths and weaknesses of yourself and your crew. That's not a redundant reflexive, so I'll leave it in there. For this, you will require 2 dice and a pencil to record scores on the adventure sheet on pages 18 to 19. As it is possible that you will not complete your trip in one adventure, you may wish to make copies of the adventure sheet for future attempts. Okay, your crew. Roll 1 die. Add 6 to the result. Enter this total under the crew strike section of the adventure sheet. This value will be used when you engage in large-scale battles using your crew, e.g. when fighting enemy shipping. Okay, roll 1 die. Add 6 to the result. Oh, first time. Good. Okay, so we've got a 6. That means we get a 12 for crew strike. Let's do that. Better make a new thing because we need skill later on. Crew strike. Okay, we get a 12 for that. That's good. Okay, what else? Roll 2 dice. Add 6 to the result. Enter this total in the crew strength section of the adventure sheet. Okay, so roll 2 dice. Add 6. Okay, so we get 16. That's good. Sort of. Okay, crew strength. $16. Okay, this score represents the manning level on board the Banshee and is used to determine how efficiently you sail. You will lose points from your crew strength when you engage in large-scale battles. Certain actions will allow you to recover lost crew strength points, but you may never exceed the initial score. If your crew strength ever reaches 0, then you and your crew have been wiped out. Okay, your abilities. Your ability to fight, withstand damage, and escape from tricky situations is determined by your skill, stamina, and luck. On your adventure sheet, you will see sections where these attributes are to be recorded. They are derived as follows. Roll 1 die, add 6 to the result, enter this total as your skill score. Okay. No. Yes. Okay, so that was lucky, wasn't it? So we get 12 skill. That's good. Let's put that in. Okay, roll 2 dice, add 12 to the result, enter this total as your stamina score. If your stamina score ever reaches 0, you have been killed. Okay, 2 dice, add 12. Whoops. Yes, 2. No, 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 yes. Okay, so add 12 to that, that's 22. That was lucky, wasn't it? I'm really lucky today. Okay, stamina is 22. Brilliant. Okay, luck. Well, I am lucky, aren't I? Roll 1 die, add 6 to the result, enter this total as your luck score. Okay, roll 1 die. No, no, yes. Okay, again, I'm so lucky. So add 6, and that gives us a 12. Wow. I think I'll buy a lottery ticket. I'm feeling really lucky today. I think I'll go to the bookies later on. Right. Okay. Using luck. On occasion, you will be called upon to test your luck. When this occurs, roll 2 dice. If the result is equal to or less than your current luck score, then you have been lucky. If the result exceeds your current luck score, then you have been unlucky. Each time you test your luck, reduce your current luck score by 1 point. Thus, the more you use your luck, the riskier it becomes. Luck points may sometimes be recovered, but you may never exceed your initial score. Individual combat. Individual combat is conducted the same as in other fighting fantasy books. It is used when you, the captain, fight individual creatures. If you are already familiar with this system, you can skip this part of the rules. Otherwise, 1. Combat is simultaneous. Individual combat is conducted as a series of rounds in which one combatant will inflict damage upon the other. 2. Roll 2 dice. Add your opponent's skill score to the roll. The total is your opponent's attack strength. 3. Roll 2 dice again. Add your skill score to the roll. The total is your attack strength. 4. If your opponent's attack strength is higher than yours, the opponent has inflicted damage on you. Deduct 2 points from your stamina. 5. If your attack strength is higher than your opponent's, you have inflicted damage on your opponent. Deduct 2 points from your opponent's stamina. 6. If both attack strengths are equal, both attacks have missed. Start the next attack round from step 2 above. 7. Continue the combat until either you or your opponent's stamina is reduced to 0. Death. Large-scale battles. Whenever the book says that your crew must fight, or when the opponent has strike and strength values instead of skill and stamina, then the rules for large-scale combats must be used. They are as follows. 1. Combat in large-scale battles is simultaneous and conducted in a very similar manner to individual combat. It is a series of rounds in which one force in the battle will inflict damage upon the other. Roll 2 dice. Add your opponent's strike score to the roll. The total is your opponent's attack strength. Roll 2 dice again. Add your crew's strike score to the roll. The total is your crew's attack strength. If your opponent's attack strength is higher than your crew's, they have inflicted damage upon your crew. Deduct 2 points from your crew's strength. If your crew's attack strength is higher than your opponent's, your crew have inflicted damage upon your opponents. Deduct 2 points from your opponent's strength. If your crew have inflicted damage upon your opponent and the option of escaping is given in the book, then you may escape. Note, however, that this has a penalty. Whenever you choose to escape, you automatically lose 2 points of crew strength. 7. If both attack strengths are equal, both attacks are unsuccessful. Start the next attack round from step 2 above. 8. Continue this combat until either your opponent's or your crew's strength has been reduced to 0, unless you escape, of course. Whichever side is reduced to 0 first has lost. Your log records how long you have been travelling. Using a sheet of paper, you should keep a record of your log as instructed in various passages in the book. You only have a limited amount of time in which to complete your journey. The log will allow you to see how you are progressing. Restoring stamina. If you become involved in any individual combat, you will almost certainly lose some points of stamina. There is only one way to recover these, other than the occasional instruction in the book, and that is by resting. For every day that you add to your log, you will be able to recover 1 point of stamina. Note, however, that your stamina score can never exceed its initial value. Of course, the more time you spend resting, the more slowly. Oh, that's irritating. Slower is an adjective. More slowly is the adverb. You can't do something slower. That's like saying, I am moving slow. No, you're travelling slowly, therefore the comparative is more slowly. Ugh! Seriously, why can't people understand that? It's so simple. So I'll read it again. Of course, the more time you spend resting, the more slowly you will travel towards your destination. So beware. Booty. During the course of your adventure, you will almost certainly capture some golden slaves. This is booty, and for some reason it's been capitalised. There is a section on the adventure sheet in which this can be recorded. You start the adventure with only 20 gold pieces. Okay, let's write that down. Yep, 20. Okay, what was that log malarkey I have to do? I didn't know what that is really. Let's just put a thing, log, and then just see what happens. Captain's log. We're in the something 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 sector, and we have to deal with another Klingon civil war, because that's all they ever do. I mean, I just struggle to understand how the Klingons could ever have a successful empire. One, they hate science and scientists, so how do they have starships? Two, they're constantly killing each other. You know, how could they ever maintain a bureaucracy that is necessary for maintaining an empire? Three, who is doing the farming? They would obviously, if they hate scientists, they're going to hate farming even more. Four, who's going to be a doctor? See above. And five, it's just stupid, isn't it? The whole thing is stupid. And that's it. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, we've done the booty. Anyway, the map. The area in which you will be travelling is covered by the map opposite. It would pay you to become familiar with the names and places on this map, as there are quite frequent references to them in the book. Yep, lovely. Okay, brilliant. Okay, there's the adventure sheet. Hasn't been written on. Brilliant. Well, there. This is just a copy. Anyway, here we go. The wager. The city of Tak at the northern end of the inland sea is the greatest den of thieves, criminals, and cutthroats the civilized world has ever seen. Every form of vice and illicit activity is not only permitted, but even encouraged in this city of scum. This, your hometown, is where your adventure begins. Of the numerous pirates drawn to Tak, you and Abdul the Butcher are recognised by all as being the kings in daring and greed. However, neither of you is... You see, that's another thing. Neither takes singular. It means not either. You know, so it always takes singular. It's however, neither of you is particularly wealthy. It's like none. None literally means not one. You wouldn't say not one are good. You would say not one is good. Therefore, it's none is good. The same thing with neither. It means not either. It takes the singular. Anyway, however, neither of you is particularly wealthy, as your love of gambling consumes all the riches that you bring back from your journeys against the enemy cities of Lagash, Marad, and Kish. The infamy that the two of you have bred is also the source of a great rivalry. You each try to outdo the other in increasingly dangerous but breathtakingly successful raids. Your goal, the title of King of the Pirates, the sacker of cities, which is never bequeathed but only earned. Okay, kiddies at home, being a criminal is not good. Being a pirate is not a good thing. You make other people's lives misery and you kill people. That's not good. Being crowned king of the pirates is like being king of the dog turds. It's a bad thing. You don't want it. Being a pirate is immoral. Anyway, one evening, while dicing against each other in one of Tak's gambling pits, somebody suggests that the two of you should have a contest to determine once and for all who is the greatest pirate. The idea appeals instantly to your audacious spirit. Yes, says Abdul, let us have a race of speed and treasure. You agree upon the terms of the contest. Each will take only one ship, and sailing from Tak on an appointed day, will head for the distant Isle of Nippur, which lies deep in the Great Southern Sea. The journey must be completed within 50 days, and at the end, whoever has the greatest amount of gold wins the bet. With shaking of hands all round and much toasting, the deal is sealed. Your journey is about to begin. Turn over. I'll just write down that I have only 50 days to reach Nippur. It's very similar to the Japanese name, or for Japan, which is Nippon, which is quite interesting. Anyway, paragraph 1 has no picture next to it. Okay, on the day appointed for the beginning of the race, you take the Banshee out of the towering granite bay of Tak and into the inland sea. Abdul the butcher's Havildar cuts quietly through the water beside you. Far to the east is the hostile but rich part of Lagash. To the west is the Cythera Desert, across which the caravan routes to the cities of Kish, Kala, and Assur Run. Across which the caravan routes to the cities of Kish, Kala, and Assur Run. To the south is the mountainous Isle of Enraki, whatever. Will you head towards Lagash for a dangerous but daring raid against its coastal shipping? Turn to 55. Travel to the Cythera Desert to plunder the rich western caravans? Turn to 20. Or patrol the inland sea via the Isle of Enraki? Turn to 76. Okay, we are going to patrol the inland sea via the Isle of Enraki and turn to 76. Here we go. The Banshee sails out into the inland sea. Roll 3 dice. If the result is less than your current crew strength, add 4 days to your log. Okay, so we're rolling 3 dice. And what are we doing? If the result is equal to or greater than your crew strength. Okay, so let's just see what we get. So we get 7. 7 is less than our crew strength, so we do not add 4 days. Oh no, it's 4 days if it is less. If it's greater than, or if the result is equal to or greater than, then it's 5 days. So we have to add 4 days. Okay, so log is now 4 days. All right, 4. Okay. Presently, you arrive off the northernmost tip of the mountainous Isle of Enraki, home of the warrior priests of Aswar Darblo. These fearsome holy men, armed by the gods of war and protected by the gods of stone, reside in a fortress raised on the lower slopes of the island's precipitous central snow-capped mountain. They are very rich. You have 3 options to deprive them of this wealth. Okay. A direct assault on the fortress, turn to 231. Gaining entry to the fortress via a deception of some kind, then pilfering what you can, turn to 215. Finding a way over the mountains behind the castle so as to assault the, most probably, lightly defended rear, turn to 188. Okay. We are going to find a way over the mountains behind the castle so as to assault the most probably lightly defended rear. Okay, so we're turning to 188. Taking most of your crew ashore, you begin exploring for a pass through the mountains behind the temple fortress. Add 2 days to your log. So that takes it up to 6. Because 4 plus 2 is 6, you know. Okay, eventually you find a likely path and proceed up it, through forest, scrub, and finally snow. As you and your crew wend your way towards the high point of the pass, you see the unique capital pi shape of an Enraki shrine poised on a nearby ridge. Its red wood structure howls eerily in the wind. Will you detour to look at this shrine, turn to 359, or continue along the path, turn to 52? We're going to continue along the path and turn to 52. Reaching the pass, you look down the further slope and spy a tower of the fortress some miles away. It uses miles! Oh! An author after my own heart. He's used miles instead of kilometres. Oh, thank you. Oh, blimey. That's cheered me up no end. Anyway, I'm so happy with that, I'm going to read it again. Reaching the pass, you look down the further slope and spy a tower of the fortress some miles away. A sudden cry of anguish or fear flies out of a nearby steeply climbing snow-filled ravine. Taking stock, you find none of your crew is missing, because none takes singular, you know. It literally means not one of your crew is missing. And you wouldn't say not one are missing, therefore it takes singular. So you find none of your crew is missing. The cry comes again, even more tortured and rending. Will you sidetrack into the ravine to see what is causing the noise, turn to 30, or ignore it and proceed down towards the temple castle, turn to 111? Okay, we're going to ignore it and proceed down towards the temple castle, turn to 111. Of course, that raises the question, would I rather use the metric system and not make the grammar mistakes, or use the imperial system and make grammar mistakes? I'm going to say I'd rather he used the metric system and did not make grammar mistakes. That would be my preferred one. But I am happy he's used miles anyway, obviously. Anyway, we're turning to 111 because we are ignoring it. The path winds down the mountain slope, taking all of you to a rocky point overlooking the rear of the castle. You see that the walls are lowest at this point and offer the possibility of launching a surprise attack. You can also see right into the centre of the castle to the enormous wooden temple that dominates the interior. Will you start the attack immediately by storming the low part of the wall, turn to 149, or try to confuse the defenders first by setting fire to their temple with fire arrows, turn to 285? Okay, we are going to attack immediately by storming the low part of the wall and turn to 149. Isn't murdering and pillaging great? Silently, you and your crew approach the rear wall of the stronghold. Then with a rush, you all charge, grappling irons fly, and the crew scrabbles for the parapet. You sweep over the wall and into the castle's interior, taking the warrior priests completely by surprise. They still put up a bit of a fight, however. Enreiki priests strike 8, strength 10. If your crew wins, turn to 274. Okay, so we're doing a crew thingamabob, aren't we? So strike 8, strength 10. Come again. Strike 8, strength 10. And strength 10. Okay, there's just one small problem. How do we do this again? Right, I'm on page 149, or paragraph 149. Okay, so it's him then me. Whoever has the biggest attack strength, deduct 2 points. Okay, so it's just the same. Okay, 149. Okay, so 8 and my one is 16, isn't it? Yeah, because I was lucky with the dice rolls, wasn't I? Okay, so roll 2 dice. Then we add that to the... Sorry, is it rolling 2 dice or 1? Yeah, it's roll 2 dice. Okay, to the strike score. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, my strike score is 12. That's right. So it's 12 against 8. There we go. I get the hang of this now. Okay, so roll 2 dice. So 8 plus 4 is 12. I get 16. So 12 to 16. That means it puts him down to 8. Okay, 8 plus 9 is 17. I get 16 again. Okay, so 17 to 16. That means I've lost 2. Let's be down to 14. Okay, next one. 8 plus 10 is 18. I get 20. So 18 to 20. Sorry, priest, but we have to murder you for the sake of a bet. So, no hard feelings, nothing personal and all that. Okay, 8 plus 9 is 17. I get 15. 17 to 15. Yes, we have to murder you and steal all your treasure so that I may win a bet. Yep. Don't take it personally, will you? Okay, 8 plus 8 is 16. I get 18. 16 to 18. Puts him down to 4. 8 plus 12. Oh, great. 20. And I get 19. Been very unlucky with the old dice rolls today, aren't I? Probably because I'm moaning too much about the plot particulars. Don't know why I said 20 there when it should say 10. Can't seem to count. Okay, next. 8 plus... Oh, goody, again. 20, and I get 16. So 20 to 16. Puts me down to 8. I'm running out of crew here. At this point, it'll just be me on my own. Okay, 8 plus 3 is 11. I get 21. So 11 to 21. Puts him down to 2. Now it's 8 plus 16, and I get 17. So 16 to 17. That's the end of those in Reiki priests. Yep, we have murdered them, and now we're going to plunder all the witches. Right, okay. Yes, we win, and we're turning to 274. With the defeat of the priests, your over-exuberant crew sets fire to the temple part of the castle. The blaze destroys most of the booty that you might have claimed as victors. Searching around, however, you manage to find 85 gold pieces and 10 surviving priests to sell as slaves. Add these to your booty. Oh, wonderful! We're not only murdering people, we're doing slavery too. Blimey blogs. And they market this to children. Alright, what do we get? Okay, so we have... I'll just say... I'll put slaves as separate. So we've got 10 slaves. And we got 85 gold. That puts up to 105 gold. Okay, so... Right. This only needs, a resident drug dealer, and and the level of immorality will have come, will be complete. Anyway, you return triumphant to the Banshee and set sail down the coast of Enreiki. Turn to 123. Just imagine that. You're a little priest in a monastery or whatever, and you've just, having a fun time, you know, doing your gardening, whatever, and then some pirates turn up, burn your monastery to the ground, and take you as a slave. Anyway, 123. I forget where we were, sorry, I'm going to have a look where we were again. 274. And if you're annoyed at my moaning about the morality of the plot, tough luck. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. Simple as. If I don't like to watch something, I simply turn it off and don't watch it anymore. Then my complaining is finished, at least to myself anyway. So if you don't like watching my videos, no one's forcing you to watch them. Simply turn it off and watch something else. Simple as that. Anyway, the Banshee is sailing just off the southernmost tip of Enrique. Apart from this island, the horizon is clear, with neither ships nor clouds visible. The main trade routes between Kish and the eastern rim lie to the south, between Enrique and the shoals of Trista, whatever. You could patrol this stretch in search of rich merchantmen, 10 to 318, or if your crew have suffered casualties, you could sail to the neutral city of Asura to recruit some more men, 10 to 171. Alternatively, if you're feeling lucky, you could try your fortune in the gambling pits of Kayla, 10 to 211, or proceed to the eastern rim for a bit of coastal raiding, 10 to 197. Okay, we are going to go to the eastern rim for a bit of coastal raiding, and 10 to 197. So we're turning to 197. Here we go. Okay, you sail onwards to the rivers of the dead. Roll 3 dice. If the result is less than your crew strength, add 5 days to your log. If the result is equal to or greater than your crew strength, add 6 days to your log. Okay, roll 3 dice. Oh dear, that's greater than my current crew strength because I lost loads of men. So therefore I have to add 6 days. So 6 days to the log. That puts it up to 12. Captain's log. We have to go to another planet and then I have to go to another planet and then have them nearly attack me and then put my hands up and say, "We mean you no harm." And then have a plot contrivance episode where we have to talk to Starfleet or some rubbish. Anyway, and that's the entire episode. Anyway, yeah, so crew strength is 8. Yes, there are going to be a fair few Star Trek references, especially Next Generation, in these videos, so put up with it if you want. Otherwise, don't watch. Okay. Dropping anchor by the mouth of the largest river in the group, you disembark with most of your crew and march inland looking for settlements or caravans to raid. After a few hours, you come to a small range of steep, stony hills, crazed with gullies, narrow valleys and dry waterways. Will you climb over these hills, 10 to 239, or search through a few of the gullies in case they are hiding anything, 10 to 226. Okay, we will decide what to do in the next video. So thank you for watching. I'm on paragraph 197. I will write that down. 197. There we go. And I hope you can join me in the next video. So thank you for watching. We're about... Yeah, this is quite a long one, this one. So I'd say we're about a sixth of the way through. But it depends how fast we get through the next thing. But remember, half of this video was taken up with the introduction bit. So yeah, this will be a long one. Anyway, so thanks for watching and goodbye.